Hi, I'm Donovan Gregg, Product Manager for TechCentral. TechCentral has just announced a hardware as a service platform that we are calling OmniCore. OmniCore is a completely managed IT solution for your dental practice. Instead of you taking on the cost of purchasing the hardware and trying to find the right hardware, TechCentral is going to provide all of that hardware to you for a low monthly cost. And it's not just about providing the hardware, it's also about providing all the services that go along with it. Things like your backup and your antivirus and all of your Windows updates. It's all included as part of the OmniCore platform that we're doing as hardware as a service. When we first came out with the OmniCore, we had one version. However, we've added an additional version. The original version was good for up to about 20 workstations. We're calling that OmniCore Standard. We have since come out with the OmniCore HD, which is good for up to about 44 workstations. I know the numbers seem a little weird, but there's some logic and reasoning behind that. The OmniCore HD is designed for those 44 workstations, but more importantly, also a larger database size, more traffic, larger firewalls, all the IT stuff that you're trying not to worry about, I'll worry about with both of these platforms. The OmniCore and the OmniCore HD have a couple of subtle differences, but also some large differences. One of the largest differences is, of course, going to be a larger server size. You're going to have more than enough storage space for your practice. A couple other differences you might have as well is, of course, the firewall that we're going to be using on that practice for OmniCore HD customers. You're going to probably have a lot more computers, a lot more endpoints, and a lot more users. So, of course, we need a lot more firewall power so we can actually manage all of the traffic that's actually going through it. The OmniCore and the OmniCore HD both include these type of pieces of physical equipment. So you're going to have your switch, you're going to have your firewall, you're going to have your server, you're going to have a backup device, it's called a NAS. You're also going to have a UPS, which is a battery backup to protect all of the equipment that's in here from surges and brownouts. We're also going to include a wireless access point. Those are the physical items that the OmniCore includes, though. There's much more layered on top of OmniCore other than the hardware. We also have the services that we're layering on there. So everything from support, included backup, which is both local and cloud. We're also going to do all your AV updates, your Windows updates, firewall updates. It's a whole bunch of IT stuff that we're going to go ahead and just handle for you so you don't have to. At the end of the day, most IT equipment a customer has is kind of in the closet, out of sight, out of mind. With OmniCore, it's always on our mind. We're going to own it, we're going to maintain it, we're going to manage it for you. So with OmniCore and the advent of TechCentral taking on this hardware as a service platform, we're getting a lot of questions about whether or not we should do workstations as a service or computers as a service. And yes, we absolutely do. We're offering 2D workstations, so perfect if you have just like a practice management software and a 2D imaging software, like just basic x-rays. We'll do the 2D workstations for $30 a month. But then we also have another tier, and that's for 3D workstations. Those 3D workstations are going to be for things like 3D CBCT machines, and that's going to be $50 a month for those 3D machines. So you can do the OmniCore, and then you can do your workstations as a service. And when you do this as a service from TechCentral, we're going to manage and handle everything on those components. Windows updates, AV updates, if a piece of equipment goes bad, that's on TechCentral. If a piece of equipment needs to be upgraded, that's on TechCentral. Something goes obsolete, we'll take care of it for you. That's not something you have to worry about anymore. The term fully monitored, managed, and maintained, it basically means that we're going to take on all of the management of the platform. We're going to constantly monitor this platform to see if it needs things like updates. We're going to see if a piece of equipment needs to be upgraded. We'll make sure all of the licenses are actually up to date. Maintained, monitored, and managed. It's just us handling the entire solution for you. The OmniCore and the OmniCore HD take a multifaceted approach to actually protecting your practice. We all know that we need to have antivirus and we need to have good security policies on our firewalls, but here's the deal. We're the IT experts. We're going to take care of that for you. We're going to make sure your firewall's updated. We're going to make sure it has a good secure policy. We're going to make sure all of your antivirus is up to date. We're going to make sure that all of your database and your servers 100% encrypted. We're going to make sure that your backups are both local and in the cloud. You need to have both of those. You need to have, a second backup location. And again, all encrypted, all updated, all managed by TechCentral. So installing an OmniCore is actually quite simple. It's actually going to arrive on site, pre-assembled, ready to go. There will be a team from Henry Schein to deliver the product, a team of 2. They're going to install the product in the physical location, wherever your IT closet is today. They're going to plug in the power and then plug in the blue Ethernet cables, and then it's ready to go. Once it's plugged in, everything's going to self-power on. Once it's on the network and you have the internet hooked in, it's ready. So the OmniCore is starting price at $500 a month. The OmniCore HD has a starting price of $800 a month. And again, the differences between the two is just relative size of your practice. So if you have about 20 workstations, that's about the upper end of what an OmniCore standard is designed for. And an OmniCore HD is good for up to about 44 workstations. So you would kind of want to use that as kind of your range for deciding which OmniCore is right for you. Or of course, you can always reach out to our sales team and find out from them. The contract for the OmniCore and the OmniCore HD is a perpetual lease from Henry Schein. Henry Schein's going to maintain ownership of the entire platform because we're going to take on all of the liability of updating it and keeping it backed up. There is not going to be a buyout option at the end of these leases. There is no end of lease because it is a perpetual lease. But here's why you really want to focus on doing this as an operating expense versus a capital expense. Typically every 3 to 5 years, customers are having to replace their entire IT infrastructure. This can mean tens of thousands of dollars for them in capital money that they have to fork out or go get a loan for. With an operating expense or using OmniCore, you don't have to actually worry about updating or upgrading or managing any sort of the failures of the hardware. That's included in that monthly price. The support of the product, the management of the product, the upgrading of obsolete equipment, as well as anything that may break. We'll handle all of that for you in that monthly charge with no additional cost to you as a customer. So with the OmniCore and the OmniCore HD, if you already own your computers, your endpoints, and you still want us to monitor it and add antivirus to them, we can do that as well as part of the platform, as the OmniCore platform. We can do that for $5 a month. However, keep in mind, just because we're adding monitoring and antivirus doesn't mean we're actually warranting that hardware. You still own that hardware, right? If you were to get the OmniCore endpoints from TechCentral for $30 or $50 a month for the 2D or 3D workstations, we would handle all the warranty and the repairs and replacements on those. So just not to get those two confused out there, but we can monitor your existing computers that you already own and add antivirus onto them for $5 a month.